Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am excited to finally, took me a while, to finally give you guys my full, honest, can we say that loud and clear? Honest, purely honest review on Rare Beauty. So I purchased these products, gave them a test. You know, it was trial and error here, a lot of error, to be honest, the first few times. Finally was able to make things, you guys will see in the video, my opinions and thoughts. So, yes, sorry that this video is a little bit later than I wanted it to be, but I was having some technical difficulties as well. So, yes, if you guys want to hear my honest opinion and review on the Rare Beauty products, then let's just get into the video. Okay, so as you guys can see, I already have my eyebrows done because I did not get the brow product in the brand, in the line. So I just ended up using, you know, my usual, which is the Ultra Precise brow pencil from E.L.F. and then the Brow Wow from E.L.F. These are two of my go-to brow products. I love them. I don't feel a need to try out any other ones, to be honest, at least not that are more expensive. So I just filled in my eyebrows and then ran the Brow Wow gel on my eyebrows. So the eyebrows are ready to go. So the first time that I tried this product, I felt like I did a good job with moisturizing my skin. Now, I didn't think that this was going to be a matte foundation. It said it was a satin natural, more of a natural finish. And for everybody here that doesn't know, I have extremely dry skin. So apparently I didn't moisturize enough and it was horrible the first time I tried it. Oh my god, it was horrible. Second time I tried it, I mixed it in with my Pat McGrath Sublime Perfection foundation. Loved the combo together. Beautiful. And recently I was like, okay, I gotta make this work by itself. So I'm going to show you guys how I was able to finally make it work for my skin. Okay, it took a lot of times trying and all that to finally figure it out. So I'm going to start by moisturizing with the Tatcha, the Dewy Skin Cream. I am almost completely out of this, as you guys can see. I do love this so much. So I had to moisturize with this one, and some foundations I really don't have to moisturize with this one, but oh my gosh, for this one it was a must. And this one kind of has like an oily, I feel, to it, like an oil to it. I can feel it in my fingers, I can feel it on my face. So I don't know how people that have oily skin use this. I know there are plenty of people that have oily skin that use it, but personally for me, for my dry skin, it really helps it a lot. It doesn't sink in to my skin too fast, so it's like slowly getting absorbed. So I personally love it. So the next thing that I had to do was use my Laniege makeup serum, glowy makeup serum base, and I mixed in a little bit of this E.L.F. This is the Retro Paradise oil. So I had to use this because my skin needs some good slip to it, if you will. So I'm just gonna mix these two together and apply that to my skin, especially in the temples, and I'm just going to pat it into my skin. This is what I had to do for this foundation, concealer, everything, to really look the way I wanted it to look. So from what I'm gathering from this line, it's more of your natural beauty, enhancing your natural beauty, not trying to completely cover it up. So which you guys know I'm all for. I love just the light coverage, just the light to medium coverage is my favorite. I don't like full coverage. They say this is buildable. I don't care to build it up. So they do have a primer. This is the illuminating. This is the illuminating primer. So not a hydrating primer. So when I first tried this line, I just went in with the primer. Again, I need hydration. So personally, my favorite is the hydrating primer from Fenty Beauty, the primerizer from Smashbox. So that's why I had to really moisturize my face and put some oils into my face for the foundation and everything, because this is just illuminating. It's not going to give me hydration. So that is what it looks like when I pump it onto my fingers. It is thick. It's not like sliding down. It does have like this pearl look to it. So I'm just going to, so you guys can see, it's like a nice little pearl finish. It's not glittery. It's not my favorite. But I mean, it does have a nice glow. It does give you a nice looking glow, like healthy glow. So you guys can see. So it is a nice and glowy and illuminating. Moving on to the foundation, and now I have two shades right here. This one right here is the 240W, and this one is 170W. This is like more of my tan shade, and this one's really pale. I don't know why I thought it was this shade, but I think I'm gonna mix them, so I might just add the lighter one in the center and this one towards the outer part. So packaging, I love. It is a beautiful packaging. Plastic, so it's not glass. You're not going to be able to break this, and it is easy to open. The reason why she made it like this is for people that have more of weak hands and stuff, arthritis, I guess lupus. She does have lupus, so she made this more for people that had a hard time opening bottles. So I personally like the packaging. It's really pretty. I like that it has a dope foot. A lot of people don't like it because it's not sanitary. Hello, if you moisturize, you clean your skin, right? Then you moisturize, you're putting it on clean skin. So I don't see the issue unless you didn't wash your face. Then that's on you, and that's nasty. But I'm putting it on I did my skincare, I cleaned my face, did my cleanser, did my exfoliator, did my toner, did my moisturizer, did the oils. So technically it's really clean skin. So I'm just going to apply it. I mean, I like that it has a dope foot, so you're just dotting it on, taking the lighter one just a little bit. Now you are supposed to shake these. It does have that little, you can hear that. So I did shake them before I even came here and sat down. So she does have a sponge. This is the sponge. You guys can't really tell the texture of it. Maybe right here, so you guys can see. It's not my favorite sponge. Now this sponge, I have tried it with my go-to foundations. So I've tried it with my Physicians Formula foundation. I've tried it with my Pat McGrath foundation. No, I personally do not like the sponge. I don't like it. I personally don't like it. So I didn't buy the brushes because I'm just not a brush person when it comes to applying foundation and concealer. So I just didn't bother with that. So I'm just going to use my Wet n Wild sponge. It's just my favorite sponge. So I'm going to So there's like that one coat of foundation. I am going to add just a little bit more right here. I can see some redness peeking through. Just gonna go in with the darker shade. So this is what the foundation is looking like. I'm going to turn down my lights so you guys can see better. Okay, so I turned down my lights just a little bit so you guys can see. So this is how it's sitting on my skin. One a little bit more on the nose area. So taking a look, a lot of people said that it made them look a little bit more not matte. Like they said that they really had to set this foundation because it was looking a little bit oily, a little bit shiny. Again, I'm dry and I'm not having that issue. Like it's not looking matte, like completely matte, but it isn't looking fresh and dewy like what I would personally love. So I don't know, maybe it's because they have super oily skin, maybe, I'm not sure. I've even watched videos of people that have drier skin, but I guess nobody has the driest skin like I do. So yes, so I wasn't loving it. I would put it on like this and I was just like still not loving it. I'm like, what the heck? I'm even using oils and stuff and it's not giving me that luminous natural glowy finish that I would love, or that I've seen other people get. I'm like, why are you guys so oily looking? Why are you guys so glowy? And yet I put it on and I'm like, where's the dew? Like seriously, some people would put it on like this, just the foundation over the primer, and they would look dewy, and that's when they would say, yeah, definitely it's the foundation that I'm gonna set. And I'm like, but I don't get that result. So I'm gonna show you guys later on how I ended up being able to make it look dewy for myself. So let's just move on to the concealer. Okay, so the concealers look pretty much like the same bottle as the foundation, just that the top is more like flatter than this one. This is like a round circle, but still very easy for people that have weaker hands to open. So I have two shades here. I have 230N and 170W. I just recently picked up the 230N, and it's gonna work for me better than the 170W. The 170W is just too light. I don't like the brightening effect. So 230 is what I'm gonna use. So this concealer is supposed to be a lightweight hydrating concealer. Has medium coverage, it's radiant finish, and I'm excited. So this line, both the foundation and concealer, they say that it's basically geared to skin types of normal, dry, combination, and oily. I personally steer away from any product, foundation, concealer that says that it's for every skin type, because let's face it, that's not possible. It's just not. I honestly buy products that say for dry, normal skin. That's what I go for. If you're gonna give me for oily skin here, and it's supposed to work for oily and dry, I don't think so. But I'm gonna tell you guys already that the concealer is much better than the foundation. I prefer the concealer to the foundation because it is not super hydrating, but it's not the same finish as the foundation. So again, I'm just gonna take my sponge and blend it out. I just underneath the eyes and around the nose and the mouth area. Like, I feel the concealer is going to be something that I do use more often than the foundation, just because I don't have to do so much skin prep for the concealer since it is hydrating. So that is what the concealer looks like. It just really nice, evened out my under eye area. I personally really like it. It's not too drying for my skin. I'm gonna add a little bit on this side right here, just a little bit. But yeah, personally, I am a bigger fan of the concealer than I am the foundation. I just feel like it works better for my kind of skin. and this is supposed to be a medium coverage. I like this. I don't personally go for full coverage concealers. They're not my thing. I personally hate the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm not a fan of that. But I know a lot of people like that. This is probably not it. For me to love it, it's got to be a light to medium coverage. So I really like it. Still gives me a nice dewy under eye, which I like. Obviously this isn't going to, or this is going to set, like, give you those creasing, but I personally don't mind it because throughout the day I can just take my finger and then just dab them out. That's why I never set my under eye, because it's just easier to, if I'm creasing or anything, just to fix it. It's just easier for me. Okay, so she doesn't have a bronzer. I am going to quickly bronze up my face since this line has no powders, which is why I thought I was going to be loving it, thinking that it was going to be more of a dewy line. It's not entirely, but that's okay. I'm just going to do a cream contour and move on to the blush. So quickly, I'm just going to use my Tarte bronzer. This is a cream bronzer, and I'm just going to warm up the face just a little bit. I mean, the products do blend on top of the foundation really nicely. And my temples aren't too dry looking, but I'm pretty sure that's because I did the oil and a thick moisturizing cream. So for blush, I have a matte blush formula and then her dewy formula. So for the dewy one, I have it in Joy, and then the other one is in Love. So first I had picked up this one and I was like, okay, I like the terracotta shade, nice for fall, but I originally did want Joy. I just don't know why I went with this one. I'm like, you know what? I always go for orangey peachy blushes. Let's just get something that's outside my comfort zone, but still really nice, because I don't do pink blushes. She does have pink blushes. But I mean, I like this one. Don't get me wrong. I do like it. It's just a little bit harder for me to work with because it's just so pigmented. These are extremely pigmented, but they are really good. I'm pretty sure they'll last you a really long time because you need just the tiniest amount of these blushes. Okay, so these blushes are a weightless, long-lasting liquid blush that blends and builds beautifully for a soft, healthy flush, and they are available in matte and dewy finish. Like I said, I'm going to go in with Joy. It's just a color that I'm obsessed with. So again, same kind of doe foot applicator, but this one is obviously like a rounder tip, if you guys can see that. So it's more round, so you can just dot it where you want it. I knew that somehow these were going to be a little pigmented, so I go in by applying it to the back of my hands. I've seen so many people just go straight to their face, and I was just like, what are you doing? You don't know how it's going to be. You don't know if it's going to be harder to blend out. And oh, let me tell you, those videos, they're like, oh crap. And I'm like, yeah, I could have told you that. So I have tried blending the blush with a brush, which is my stippling brush, which I love for cream and liquid blushes and contours. And I've also done the sponge. So I'm going to do this side with the brush so you guys can see, and then the other side with the sponge. So I'm just going to work it onto my brush. This is just a better brush because of the way that the hairs are. And I'm just going to slowly buff it onto the skin. See, these are pigmented. You know, it's not really showing up on camera. It's because of my lights, but it's pretty pigmented, let me tell you. The other side, I'm going to take the butt, and I'm just going to work it onto that cheek. So there you go. So, I mean, they're both easy to apply, whether you do a brush or the sponge. But yeah, I really like this one. It's more dewy. This has the dewy finish. And I have worn this one on my lips just because I really like the color, and it is matte, so it's not super comfortable on the lips, but hey, I made it look like a liquid lipstick situation. And I do love the packaging on these ones. She did more of a like a gold, yes, I would say like a gold top. It looks more silvery on camera for some reason, but again, just the same shape as the concealer. It's more flat, super easy to open. And yeah, I really do love the blushes. I feel like the blushes, the concealer, amazing. So let's move on to the liquid highlighter. So it's this one right here. I only got one shade. The shade look on the website is just not the best. And also when people were swatching them, I was just like, I don't know what I would get. Now, some people are saying that this one was just too icy, too white. And this one right here is an enlightened. It's the lightest shade that she has. And personally, I am a light to medium complexion person, and I am able to work with it. I know somebody that's lighter than me. I saw a video of what was it? Alana. She said that it was too light for her, but personally for me, it just kind of works. Like, I didn't have a problem. So this is what it is right here. I'm going to take my sponge. I'm going to work it onto my sponge, and then I'm going to apply it to the cheekbones, and then I'm going to go around the perimeter. So if you look at me straight on, you really can't see a white cast. I mean, I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I don't see a white cast. But then when I turn, it's like bam, you know, like bam. See, I personally really like this shade, and I'm pressing ever so slightly as well when I'm blending it out because I don't want to put too much pressure. And then I do like to put it around my cheekbones. Now, I have seen, again, people wearing it just on top, applying it just on top, and then they're talking in the video, and then they realize that it sets. So that's why I like to work with it in sections, and then again apply it to my sponge first before I apply it to my face. So yeah, I really love that highlight. It's just beautiful. Personally, my fave. Then I'll go on top of with my blush brush just to blend it a little. So just blending it together like that. Personally love it. So moving on, she did have a liquid liner. I opted to not get that one because I'm just not a liquid liner person. I don't like to wear liquid liner. She doesn't have mascara either in the line, so I'm just going to quickly curl my lashes and apply my go-to mascara. This is the CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara, and we'll be right back. Okay, so now we're back. Lashes are done. I mean, for my itty bitty lashes. So she does have two lip formulas. She has the souffle, the matte liquid souffles, which I love this formula, guys. It is amazing. It is fluffy. It is moussey. Now, I kind of want to say that it's similar to the NYX soft matte lip creams, I believe they're called. For personally, I love that formula, but this is just a little bit more moussey. So those do dry up a little bit, not to a matte like drying. This one doesn't completely dry. You can still feel it on the lips, but they're so hydrating, so moisturizing. I don't feel like they sit in my fine lines, or you know, they dry up my lips at all. I really love this. I did purchase a different color because I really liked this formula, and I believe I got the color Motivated. This one is in Inspire. This is just Selena's go-to red. Personally, this is not the red shade that I like, but the formula, it is very well. Just this color is not my favorite. Now, she does have lip balms. Packaging is so cute, and it's kind of cute because it's like has a flat edge so it doesn't roll on your vanity and stuff. So really love the packaging. This color is in the color Praise. This color is beautiful. I'm going to use it because I feel like my lips are a little dry, but I love this color and this formula. It's just really good. And my lips are super dry. So there's that color. I mean, I could have obviously, you know, used a lip liner because she doesn't have a lip liner in the collection or in the brand. But this is just a really pretty color, a go-to color. It is just so beautiful. I really love this color. This is definitely gonna go in my purse because one, it's a lip balm, and two, this color is just beautiful. It has nice pigmented, it's a nice pigmentation. So, but yeah, definitely love the lip balms. Really pretty. I'm telling you, this color is just such a good color. So I'm gonna remove this so I can show you guys the lip souffle. So again, I have the shade Inspired, which is Selena's go-to red. Again, the formula is amazing. It's just the color is just not my color, okay? Everybody has their own shades that they love. Again, I purchased a different one because I feel like that's a shade that I would wear more often than this one, but I want to show you guys. They glide on so easily. Oh, actually, see, it looks different on my monitor at least than it does. I feel like it looks more orangey red. It might look different once I upload this image, right? But right now it looks like orangey red, which is the red that I go for. But on my lips right now, it's just looking more of that blue toned red. Okay, so this is what the matte souffle looks like. Again, so kind of velvety, moussey texture. I love the formula. Trust me, this formula is amazing. Again, it's similar to the NYX matte lip creams, soft matte lip creams. Not entirely. Don't get it twisted. This one's a little bit more moussey, more fluffy. But I'm excited for me to get the other shade in and try that one out. But I mean, these are really good formula. I'm into this formula a lot better than like a matte liquid lipstick. Like those are drying. Those will literally sit on all the fine lines in your lips, and not only that, as you wear them out like throughout the day, they look horrible. They dry, they like start getting patchy and stuff. It's just ugly situation for your lips, not cute. This one, I can tell you guys, it wears off really nicely, not patchy or anything. So it's kind of like a little bit of a stain in a way. So I really like that part of this. Again, just not the lip color. Like the color is just not the shade of red that I like personally, but the formula, amazing. Okay, switched it back to the lip balm, which I swear is my fave. This color, oh my god, I really love this color. I'm sorry, this color is just giving it to me. So the last thing that I got from the line is the Rare Beauty. This is the Always On Optimist. This is a 4-in-1 mist. So I thought that you do have to shake it, because if not, it's like it sits right here like the oils. So because of that, I thought, oh my gosh, okay, you know what? This might rescue the foundation from looking kind of dry in a way. So, not the case, okay? I love it. It's not something that I feel like will replace my other mists, my other sprays. I don't think so, but it is a nice mist. It has a nice mister too. The way it sprays out, it's really nice and light. The smell reminds me of a spa. Like, it's really nice. Again, this spray didn't give me the luminous, the dewy finish that a lot of other people did get when they sprayed this onto their skin. So again, I can't emphasize enough how dry of a skin type I am, like desert in here, okay? So what I ended up doing is I did spray the spray like I just did right now, and then on top of it I used the Maybelline glass spray. Now guys, this is dew, okay? This is a dewy, super dewy, oily finish spray, which is my favorite. This is one of my favorites right now. And it's like for those foundations that I'm feeling that's a little bit too dry, a little bit too matte, which I hardly have any of those because hello, those are out the window with me. But this one, when I'm really wanting that extra dewy look, like where I want to look super glowy, this is what I use. So I'm gonna spray just a little bit of this one, and I feel like that spray made me not hate the foundation, not love it. Let me tell you, I'm not like crazy about it either, but it made me not hate it. Like it made it look more like my skin instead of like just sitting on top of it or too dry and kind of cakey. Okay, so this is the finished look using all of the Rare Beauty products. So quickly, let's run through the products and exactly my opinions on each. Okay, starting off with the sponge, guys. I'm gonna say it, don't buy it. It's not a need, it's not a, no. One, price, it's a little bit higher up than your Real Techniques and stuff like that. Is it a good sponge? No, it is not. I would just not bother with the sponge. Don't bother with the sponge. Now, setting spray as well. I don't think it's something that I'd be reaching for if I run out of my setting sprays. Yeah, maybe I'll use it, but is it something that I'm like, okay, front and center, I'm gonna use you? Not really. And I have a lot of setting sprays, so the fact that I'm not gonna be reaching for this is just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, spray, not amazing, not for me at least. Foundation. Now again, it's something that I'm gonna have to put a little bit more work into my skin, my skincare, if I'm gonna use this foundation. Now it's not a hate, I don't hate it. There's plenty of foundations that I've tried and I'm just like, oh no, you are going back like yesterday. This one isn't one that I hate, it's not one that I love either. It's not like, okay, replacing my Pat McGrath one. It's not going front and center my vanity so I can be using it on a daily basis. Not really, but I'm still gonna play with it. I still like it once I do the glass spray. I think that once I do that, it's like really good. Again, I'm gonna stress this enough. I have dry skin, okay? So take that into mind when I'm giving you guys my thoughts and my opinions on these products, okay? The lip, you guys know, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with this one. I love the shade. I have Praise again. Just a beautiful shade. Every day for me, pop it in with makeup, no makeup, like on the go, put it in my purse. This is gonna be one of those lip balms, and I'm hardly a person that puts a lip balm in her purse. So for me to say that I'm gonna put this in my purse, you know, I must love it. And this color, I'm telling you guys, this color is just such a beautiful shade. Again, love the formula. The formula, I think she killed it because it's not an uncomfortable matte. It's a matte velvet with a stain possibility. So I really do love it. The shade is just the shade that I'm not a fan of. Reds, you've got to pick your red, the red that is for you, for your skin tone, your undertone, and all of that. So this is just not the one for me, the shade red, you know. But the formula, she killed it on this formula. Honestly, this is like bomb. Highlighter, honestly, I'm gonna be using this highlighter. I really love it. Look at that shine. Look at that highlight. A lot of people didn't like the highlights. I'm a fan of these, okay? I got the shade Enlightened again, and I'm able to make it work on my light to medium complexion. So yes, this is going to be actually going into my everyday makeup, so I can keep getting use out of this one. So the primer, I don't think it's a need. If you want something that's more luminous as a base, I think that's really nice. Is it something I'm going to be reaching for all the time? Not exactly, but it's not something that I'm like, okay, no, I can't do without. I don't need it. Like I said, it's not, oh my gosh, it needs to be in my collection. So the primer, again, this isn't a need. I think I can live without it. It's not that amazing to me. If she were to have made this exact, you know, illuminating primer with moisturizing benefits in it, like something that's hydrating as well with the luminosity that it gives, I think it would have been like the perfect primer. But am I gonna reach for it often? Who knows? I'm still going to be giving it a try. I'm going to be mixing it with my moisturizers. I'm going to be mixing it with my hydrating primers, maybe with hydrating foundations, like a mixture of them. I think maybe that will work. The concealers. I love the concealers. I love the concealers. They're hydrating, not drying, not hard to work with. They are a light to medium, maybe buildable coverage. For my liking, they're amazing. So this one, of course, the shade is going to be going into my everyday makeup as well as the highlighter. Really like the concealers. And lastly, the blushes. Guys, I love this blush. I love this blush. It's a nice peachy warm blush. I love it. So definitely this shade is going to be in my everyday. This one, I still love it, don't get me wrong, and I think I'm going to get more use out of this one towards the fall that's coming up. I think it's going to be looking really nicely with the fall tones. So yeah, I really like the blushes. I prefer the dewy finished ones just because they're a little bit easier to work with because they are dewy, so you have more time to blend them than the matte ones. The matte ones kind of set really quickly and you don't have time to blend. If you forget, if you're talking, or if you're just watching a video or something like that, you're distracted, whatever, this isn't going to move and it's going to be hard to blend. So prefer the dewy one, but I love the colors. These two colors are amazing. So this is Joy and this is Love. Okay guys, so those are my opinions and my thoughts and my review on the whole Rare Beauty line. Again, it's if you want to try it out, go for it. I say go for it, okay? I personally like to try different things out, different brands out, different products out, see what works, what won't work. Is it worth the hype? Is it not worth the hype? Am I missing out on something? That's what I, you know, gather from this. Like, was I going to be missing out on something? I wanted to try it out for myself. So you guys heard my opinions, my thoughts, and all of that. So I wanted to keep this as honest as possible, and I didn't want to do a first impressions because if I had done the first impressions, I would have said I hate everything for the most part. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, find this video helpful. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click the little bell so you're notified whenever I do upload a new video. Follow my social media, my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and I'll see you guys in the next video.